Pathikrit, come in on this. What should India's standpoint now be? Where does India stand here strategically? Observer? Are we stakeholders? Are we emerging stabilizers? What kind of a role can India play here? General is saying that we need to up their air defense systems if we've got to safeguard our interests in Taliban Afghanistan.
Well, if India decides to send certain amount, first of all, I don't think India needs to send air defense systems from here, because it's all available in the international market. If at all you want to give, you just need to pay the money. Somebody else will give it to them. That's the easiest way to do. You don't need to actually logistically ship it from India, number one. Number two, well, what stand India will take, that is something the government of India will decide. But there are a lot of challenges and complexities going on in the world right now. Number one, let's come out of this delusion that, there is a war crime that happened, and so suddenly the multilateral institutions will do something. No multilateral institution will do anything. Even if they do anything, nobody cares two hoots, because it is the same Pakistan which has been put into that grey list many times. They actually came out of it laughing more than before.
Fair point.
And there are war crimes happening by dropping bombs on schools in Iran. Nobody does anything. So let's stop presuming that multilateral institutions have taken notice of it. No, nothing will happen. If eventually there's a war happening, it is the people of Afghanistan who will have to fight this war. This is a reality. Unfortunate it is. The question is, should we support? Well, I think Afghanistan, if it requires support, I think most people of India, I don't know what the government of India will decide. That is for the government's call. I think most people in India will support it because the Pakistanis have never left two stones unturned when it comes to arming or funding anti-Indian forces. That's one we have to be very clear about.
Yeah.
Third, I think one of the reasons why the Pakistanis are doing is this. Every time Pakistan has been on the cusp of implosion from inside, they have waged an external war to galvanize the country. Now as situation stands, they can't do it against India. So they thought that Afghanistan will be a softer target because they don't have an air defense system. However, Afghanistan, on paper, they may have 170,000 soldiers. But an average Afghan guy, who owes allegiance to the state of Afghanistan or Taliban, needs a two-wheeler, which is also made in Pakistan, and a AK-47, a few grenades, and he will just move towards that. If you see the way they operate, they actually defy all conventional military tactics. In the middle of the night, they will just go from three directions, fire into one of these border outposts, and before the morning, they will all vanish. So this is the way they will do it. More probably, it has gone, as you rightly mentioned, beyond border skirmishes. And I think, as General also mentioned, there are large number of people of Afghan origin, mostly the Pashtuns, who are inside Pakistan, who have more allegiance towards Afghanistan rather than Pakistan. And this is one reason. Why Pakistan actually preferred not to do much for a long period of time for fear of these terror attacks, suicide bombing. They will not act as sleeper cells. They'll just openly come up and, blast themselves. So I don't know why Pakistan is doing it right now, who is instructing them. And I would love to know what fighter jets they have used. Have they used the F-16s to bomb Kabul? And if they've used the F-16, did it have the sanction of the Americans or any kind of permission from the Americans? And if the Americans actually give permission to them, then is it that America wants this front as also to be opened up? And second question is this: what happens when it comes to Afghan-Iran collaboration in this case? Would the Iranians take it as an opportunity to fund Afghanistan against Pakistan? Because the Iranians apprehend that the Pakistanis have time and again allowed the Americans to use their airspace to do surveillance on Iran. So there are multitude of issues here where India will have to protect, number one, its own territorial integrity and its sovereign interest in Afghanistan. If that requires supplying them with air defense systems, so be it. But at the end of the day, I think the Afghanistan people are capable of to fight it out. And I think beyond the point, the Pakistanis do not have that capacity anymore to have a long-drawn war. There's so much exposed from inside. It is a very, very messy thing that they have got into again. And it's not going to end well for them.
So much that's on the line. So much that's already on the line.